what is defensiveness? So defensiveness is not just disagreeing. Defensiveness is the automatic knee-jerk reaction when we feel criticized or when we feel attacked, even if we're not really being attacked, but it's the perception that we are. And it's our inner alarm system screaming at us to protect ourselves, right? To protect, and we're almost perceiving them as a threat to us. And defensiveness might come from a good place, right? It might mean that you're a fighter. It means that you want to stick up for yourself. There's a part of you that feels misunderstood and you want to clarify. It might come from a place of wanting to make things right. And also we have to remember that when we move into defensiveness, our brain is really just trying to protect us, right? It's doing what it's supposed to do. And we are wired to look for danger and to identify what might be a threat, and then to protect ourselves from that threat. Whether it's real or not, that's another issue, right? Because sometimes our brain can confuse the things, and it can get confused about what happened in the past versus what's happening in the present moment. And that's our amygdala can't really tell what's in the present. But even with the good intentions, the problem with defensiveness is that when someone cares about you and gives them feedback, and your brain can't tell the difference between, is this a saber-toothed tiger that's attacking me in the wild, or is this just my partner saying, I wish you'd help me more with the dishes? It seems really crazy, but it can trigger the same response. They're very different. Rationally, you can see, well, one is a threat and one is clearly not a threat, but our brain will perceive it as a threat. And it can trigger the same survival response, a request or feedback that evokes defensiveness. Especially if you have any kind of attachment trauma in your history, you're going to be at risk for defensiveness. Essentially, it just assumes that you're under attack, and it justifies often taking the victim role. It feels completely reasonable in the moment, which is why it's so dangerous, because it's really easy to move into offending or hurting your spouse from the victim position. If you are going to move into counterattack as a way of protecting yourself and you're misfiring in terms of the perception of threat, you're hurting them, but you feel as though all you're doing is protecting yourself. And so this is why it's really important to be aware.